If I'm ever gonna make it to the Lamborghini, I'm gonna have to get to work. One day, someday, that'll be in my garage. And over the past year, I have been buying and selling cars in hopes to flip up to a Lamborghini. I started with a $500 Jeep Commander that had a blown motor, and then I bought a BMW 528 Xi, and now I'm on to this Audi A5. As seen from the last video, I did order a lot of the wrong airbags, but today we have the proper airbags. So I'm gonna hop in the car and I'm gonna start by installing this curtain airbag. Now that we got the curtain airbag installed, let's install this headliner so it's out of our way, and then we can work onto the steering wheel. Now it's time to install the steering wheel airbag, and we do have a slight problem. So if you see right here, this actually says, this came right out of a 2012 Audi A5. It's still the wrong airbag. This is obviously the blown up airbag, and if you see right here, they are completely different. I went to the junkyard, and this one came out of an Audi A4. Now the only difference between these two that I can see is this wiring harness right here. These clips are a little bit different. So I've already done it, but I swapped over the clip. So this one came off from this airbag, and I'm gonna install it, and fingers crossed this works. But I don't see any difference. The connectors were the same, everything was the same. If you see here, these have different connectors. So I'm thinking this one will work. So let's install that in the car. I also do not want to catch an airbag to the face, so we're gonna try it. Hopefully it works. Now the airbag is installed. It looks absolutely epic. I mean, I think it's gonna work. It fit perfectly. The connectors went in perfectly. So let's see if this thing is gonna blow up in my face or not. We got the power connected. Still nothing. Let's see what happens when I turn it on. Well, we got a success. It didn't blow up. So if you guys are looking to replace an Audi A5 airbag, Audi has done some pretty cool, let me turn this off. So Audi has done some pretty cool things that I've noticed. A lot of the connectors you can swap over or you can change them out, and it worked. Now, let's move on to the front of the car. If you see right here, there's a little elbow piece that goes in there, and then down here, this boost pressure valve needs to be replaced because it is broken. And you see this little piece right here that goes in here. Audi wanted $180 because they wanted to sell the whole line for this. I ended up finding this for $30. And this, they wanted $70 for, and I cross-referenced it. It was really cheap. So let's install these. This should also help the car run better, so let's install these. Now that we got everything installed into here, we have this valve fixed, the boost pressure relief valve fixed. I completely forgot to order a dipstick tube, but that's okay because I can still get it in there. I think it's time for us to install the radiator, condenser, intercooler, all this stuff up here and actually get this car back together. Now that we have the radiator and the AC condenser installed, let's throw some coolant in this thing and make sure that we have no leaks. Now, before we see if this radiator, if there's any leaks and if I hooked it up right, it'd probably be a good idea to take out this rag and hook up the air box to make sure that we don't suck anything in there, because that would be a really bad day and I just don't want to destroy the turbo. So let's hook up the air box, see if this thing's gonna leak and how she's gonna run. Alright, let's crawl inside here. Let's see. Oh yeah, battery needs to be hooked up. I forgot to plug the battery in. You got it? You disconnected the battery? Yeah. Well, yeah, because I was working on the airbags. I didn't want the thing to blow up on me. Well, let's see if this thing leaks. This thing. I don't sound right. Should I shut it off? Is it leaking?
I don't think so. It sounds like it's got a vacuum leak.
Yeah, no, we got no leaks. Try it again.
Yeah.
What's that?
In the car.
If you see here, I'm getting a lot of error codes. One for the crankshaft position sensor and another one for the mass airflow sensor. So we have the old mass airflow sensor and we're thinking that that could be the problem. So we're gonna try to install that and see if that corrects anything. So now we are getting a misfired for cylinder 2. So we're gonna pull and look at all the spark plugs and see either maybe the coil or the spark plugs are bad. I'm not sure. If you see right here, it looks like that we have some original spark plugs that say VW. We went to the store and got some brand new ones, and these things do not look the best. So we're hoping that this will solve the issue. So let's get to installing these into the car and see if the car will run better. So we numbered all the coils before we took them out, and then we swapped 1 and 2 so that if we still get a misfire on 2, then we know that there's a problem. But then if we get a misfire on cylinder 1, that means coil's bad. We're gonna need to get a new set of coils. Or at least one coil. So let's see, let's try to start this thing and hope, yeah, pray for the best. Hopefully this works. Well, it seems like it's running better. Definitely seems like it's running better. A lot better. What just happened? Cylinder 1 misfire, 3, 4, 2. They're all misfiring now.
3 hours later.
You see, every time we shift the car into drive, for some reason, it wants to idle out, check engine light goes away, and then it seems to run right. So what we're thinking is, in here the throttle body is completely gummed up or maybe dirty. Maybe just open just a little bit. So we're gonna take that off and clean it. Or there could be a chance that this sensor that we replaced needs to be reprogrammed and it could be throwing off timing. So not really sure, but we're gonna start with this, see if we can clean this out and if that's gonna help it. Well, we got it hooked up, we got it cleaned, the throttle body. Let's see if we get a different result out of this. Fingers crossed, right?
You got it.
Fingers crossed, come on. Let's start it up, nice. It's not shaking as bad. Well, I thought that we had a win, but it seems like that she's running her up again. So I'm thinking that maybe the throttle body is bad or we need to program that. I'm thinking that's gonna be the next step that we're gonna have to do. Things super bad. We changed the spark plugs. We ran a compression test. Compression is coming out good, but I talked to an Audi expert and he was telling me that there's a possibility that this PCV valve might be bad. I also got some new coils. So let's install some new coils and install this PCV valve. All right, so we have it all hooked up. We got a new PCV valve, new coil packs. I did not switch that just yet. I'm gonna wait to do that because I wanna see if this is gonna work. I'm hoping that this is gonna solve the issue because if not, it could be a vacuum leak, but I'm not really sure because we sprayed stuff all over the place and I'm still a little nervous about this airbag. Maybe. The RPMs are staying up, so it is running better. So that's a bonus. We still have a check engine light on. Airbag still hasn't gone off, so I think we're safe there. I'm gonna say is running a lot better. Let's hear a few revs. So I'm gonna hook up the scanner to this, see what codes exactly I'm getting because now it is running absolutely flawless. I don't know. Now we have 8 codes. So when we clear it, clear everything. All right, everything's cleared. Start up the car again. I've been letting this thing run for about 5-10 minutes. No lights, no check engine lights. So I'm thinking it's fixed. She's running really smooth right now. We did it. If you made it this far in the video, you're awesome. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of the Audi build. Faster we get rid of this car, sooner I get another car, sooner we're gonna get to that Lamborghini. So this video is over and peace.